Righty, there we go. We are live. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to DuePoint, at least to our head office. Good evening to everyone tuned in around the country on our live stream on YouTube. Tell us where you are, who you're with. We're always interested to know what's happening outside of head office. I think Carol is on the live chat, as well as Stacey, as well as Jane. So we've got three ladies on our chat this evening. You can speak to them while we do our business here at head office. So my name is Rob van der Bijl. I'm one of the executives here at DuePoint, and I'm going to be spending, usually our intro presentation, which is what we're going to be delivering this evening, is about 35 minutes, but we got a special format for you called Tell All Tuesday this evening, which is something that we do once a month. It is my favorite format because we actually get to invite real people doing this business up onto stage to share their testimony with us, so we can gain a little bit of insight and perhaps resonate with some of the stories and experiences that we'll hear about tonight. So we'll have a couple of wealth engineers coming onto stage. We've got one from PE who's kindly made a video for us, and then we've got what I think is going to be some sage advice from very experienced wealth engineers towards the end of the presentation. All right, so if you have any questions, reserve those till after the presentation. I'm sure you've been invited or you're being hosted by somebody. You can speak to those individuals after the presentation. See, it's always people trying to get XP during the presentation. And then I hear myself speaking. I think, why don't they just come touch me up on stage because I'm real? They don't have to watch YouTube. So as I said, if you've got any questions, reserve those for the person hosting you after the presentation. But we will be around, so you're very welcome to come speak to me after the presentation. All right, so let's begin. So as I said, this evening's format is called Tell All Tuesday. We're a division. So DuePoint is a 3-year-old division inside a company called Constantia Insurance Company Limited. Now, Constantia, our principals are nearly 70 years old. So they're a business that's been around for a very long time. They are a registered insurance company. You can find our financial licenses up on display outside above the water cooler in our foyer as per regulation. You can go onto our website, you'll find those there. And you can go to the FSCA website if you're even still skeptical. Go to the FSCA website, type in Constantia, you'll see all our financial licenses come up for you there. But go do some snooping around. We're listed on the Joburg Stock Exchange under a group called Conduit Capital. But know you're dealing with a very credible business because we are audited, we're regulated, we are listed. So I don't want you to be any skeptical or more skeptical than you should be. But go to our website, go to the Constantia website. If you decide to join this business, you need to start taking a couple of steps towards trusting this business, because if you do join us, you have to become a proponent of this business. All right, so feel free to go do snooping around. As I said, DuePoint is only 3 years old, just over 3 years old. We were founded in February 2016 when a number of factors came together for the founders. So when we decided to form this business, we had a number of aspirations, not only in mind for ourselves, but in mind for the people that we opening this opportunity up to, being you, the members of the public. So one of the biggest factors is economic and risk factors. I've always said to people, you won't be here this evening if your job was the answer to all your woes, if the economy wasn't in dire straits, right? If there wasn't any risk in employment today, you wouldn't be here. You would be at home watching whatever's on television. I don't know what's on television at this time of the night because I'm always presenting on Tuesday night. But we're here out of necessity. Right? We're here because we know there are so many risk factors out there that threaten our livelihoods. They threaten our ability to create income for ourselves. And so the business was born with an aspiration of answering that problem that a lot of South Africans find themselves in. And so what we did was we created an opportunity of social entrepreneurship because we wanted to create social impact in the community that we operate in as a business. We've been involved in many businesses. So the founders have been entrepreneurial for most of their lives, fortunately. And I've been in businesses where I've just tried to survive as a business and try to pay everyone at the end of every single month. And Brendan similarly. But with this business, we wanted to be part of the solution to all these problems that we find ourselves in. And so we created this offer of partnership, this entrepreneurial opportunity that anyone, literally anyone, can get involved in to change their circumstance. And then our mandate together is to create better channels of distribution for our business. So our business is a business. We have products and services that we're going to find out about this evening. And we're hoping that you will decide to partner with us in helping us build this business in South Africa. And so what we want to do is create channels of distribution. Like any business requires channels of distribution, your mandate becomes just connecting people to our business. That's all we require, is that you go out and tell people about DuePoint. We call that referral marketing or word of mouth marketing, or you can class this as a network marketing business. It doesn't really matter. What matters is that you understand what this partnership is all about, you understand what your mandate is, and you understand where this path to success, or at least what it looks like and where it leads to. And that's what we're going to be discussing in this presentation. And so if you're successful in being able to create what we call channels of distribution, you get to enjoy all the benefits that we offer through the DuePoint system. Primarily, you get to create an additional income stream for yourself. This is very attractive. We all wish we had additional income streams. The nature of the income that we produce at DuePoint is very important to discern because there are many. There's a plethora of different income opportunities in South Africa, right? And so what makes DuePoint so special? It's the ability to actually earn almost a royalty out of the book value that you help DuePoint create. This is something that's inherent to insurance companies. Not many businesses do this. My father warned me when I was a lot younger. He said to me, get involved in business that makes money while you sleep. And I had no idea what he was talking about, make money while you sleep. How do you do that? I thought he meant I must become a stockbroker or something. I had no idea at the time. And only much later in life, when I ran my own business for 15 years, a digital agency, ad agency of sorts, where we did the exact opposite. We certainly couldn't make any money while we were sleeping. We had to have the people in our employ working, right? And only if they were producing work could we invoice that work. And my father's similar because he comes from a mining background. He's specifically a gold miner involved in production specifically. They only made money if they were pulling ore out the ground and processing that ore. That was the only way to make money, right? And so he already knew the benefits of being able to make money which didn't require activity. As employees, we are all tied to that constraint because that's exactly what your employment contract states. It states the activity that it expects from you. It'll tell you exactly what time you expected to be at work and what time you're allowed to go home. And that you will work for a month before your boss pays you a salary. That's what we call activity-based income. Right? Small businesses, medium businesses, even large businesses are tied to that constraint. But an insurance company that creates a book value creates recurring income or annuity income or passive income, and you get to share in that benefit. We do not pay you for activity in this business. We pay you for the channel of distribution that you create here at DuePoint. I'll expand on this point when I talk about the value of creating an asset that bears income. The power of duplication. This is your opportunity to go out and build a team around you. A team, an effective team, a resourceful team, can build a channel of distribution way faster than you can on your own, right? And so you have this opportunity to build a team around you where you get to benefit out of that collaboration and increase your income exponentially, right? So that's a benefit you want to take advantage of. Our business is very flexible in the fact that you can pretty much build your channel of distribution straight from your mobile phone. We've got a mobile app that runs on your smartphone. You can be anywhere in the country at any time of the day building a channel of distribution. You're not constrained to geography or time of the day. There's no startup capital. So when we decided we want to embark on the social entrepreneurship program, we decided that we needed to make this business accessible to everybody. Entrepreneurship is really not accessible to everybody. I don't know if anyone's had the pleasure of trying to start, run, and make a business of their own successful. Man, it is a resource hole. It takes money and time, and then the odds are against you. You've got a 5% chance of getting to the 5-year mark without sinking, right? And so we decided to create a business opportunity with very little risk. And so we don't have startup capital requirements. We don't have starter kits you have to buy. There's no boxes of product that anyone's going home with tonight. We've tried to make this business accessible to everybody without the fear of losing anything if you try to do this business with DuePoint. Right? At the same time, we don't have qualifications or experience requirements. Then, most importantly for me, you get to build an asset that you have ownership over. That's really what entrepreneurship is about. It's about creating something that has value, that you're able to derive income out of, but most importantly, something you own. It is something you own. This is an asset that you own. This channel of distribution, you have legal tender over it. It means you can sell your channel of distribution, right? It means it won't retrench you. It won't retire you when you get close to 60. And it doesn't disappear when you die. right? Assets don't disappear. You get to seed your asset to your beneficiaries, whether it be your spouse or your children, whoever your beneficiaries are. You actually get to pass wealth onto the next generation, which very few South Africans get to do. And so I'm hoping that people after this presentation will see the value of sacrificing time to build an asset. Because this evening is a proposition of you sacrificing time. The business doesn't grow on its own. It's going to require sacrifice from yourself. I saw a wonderful quote today. Entrepreneurs are happy to work for free. Now you might listen to that and think, well, I don't know if I'm happy to work for free. Why are entrepreneurs happy to work for free? Because they see the long-term benefit of building an asset that doesn't necessarily produce a salary in the first month. As salary earners and employees, we're not willing to take that risk because we've grown up in an environment where we don't want the risk. But entrepreneurs are happy to take on that risk because they've got belief in themselves that they're able to create something that becomes way worthwhile in the long run, right? And so, when I talk about assets and recurring income, I hope you start to understand the potential of a business like this for yourselves in the long term. And finally, there's no selling involved in our business. Isn't that great? Who would like to go sell things this weekend to start making money for themselves? There's no requirement to selling at all in this business. We remove you from that responsibility explicitly in our code of conduct, right? Mostly for regulatory reasons, but it's a great benefit to you because you don't have to become this product specialist. You've got to keep up to date with products. Me getting involved in the business, I have to do that, right? So I've already been doing what we call CPD, continuous development hours or whatever it is, and I've got to keep learning about financial products. I never got into business to learn about financial products, but here I am, right? But I do that. You don't have that responsibility. It's great. Your only responsibility is go out and tell people about the business opportunity that exists at DuePoint. I will tell them about the products. Our website will tell them about the products. Our video reviews will tell people about the products. Brendan will tell people about the products. You never have to talk product here at DuePoint. And because our products are financial in nature, it means we don't have all these tangible issues that typical product-based businesses have, right? They are intangible financial products. I mean, everything gets taken care of in the cloud, so to speak, by IT systems. You never have a better eyelid. You don't have to put any product in a boot ever again in your lives. And so that makes the business very convenient to operate in. But your success is still very much dependent on your ability to build a channel of distribution. So I'm going to show you what one looks like, right? Because we are visual creatures. So this we'll get to visualize what a channel of distribution looks like. It begins with you. You become a wealth engineer and a product owner. And now you are mandated. You're tasked with going out and telling people about this business. So you will go tell as many people as possible. And perhaps in the first week, 5 people decide to join this business. They become wealth engineers and product owners in their own right under you. And that is the beginning of your channel of distribution. This is where the power of duplication takes place. I'm hoping you will go find resourceful people to bring into your channel, right? Because the stronger the people that you bring in, the stronger your channel will become. And after time, this is what your channel could look like, because those 5 people will go out and connect other people, so on and so forth. This is power duplication. This is what your asset looks like. That's paying out a return to you every single month, right? That's the beauty of recurring income. It's not once-off income. I can very easily predict how much money we're going to be making next month because we're a business of recurring income. You get to share in the royalty that we pay you for the partnership, the collaboration in having helped us build a channel of distribution. And so this becomes our task, to build this thing called a channel of distribution. How do we pay our wealth engineers this return at the end of every single month? The mechanics is very simple. So when you go out and you connect those first 5 people, we call that your first point. Anyone that you connect to the business always falls on your first point. And on your first point, we pay you 55 Rand for every product on your first point in your qualified channel. And so if you had 10 people, you'd be earning 550 Rand a month, right? 6,000 Rand a year in recurring income, just by connecting 10 people onto your first point. And when those people go out and connect other people, we call that your second point. And again, you can see, according to the table, your second point, you get paid 55 Rand again. And so if you had 100 people on your first and second point, now you're earning 60,000 Rand a year in recurring income. And so on and so forth. And you can see as your channel grows, that multiplier starts to reduce. But by 0.8, you see you're earning 4% of the 27 Rand 50. We don't limit you at 0.8. You can see there's a little plus sign next to the 8 there. In theory, you can build your channel to infinity. We don't stop you at 0.8. From 0.8 to infinity, we will pay 4% of that 27 Rand 50. There's no limitation to the size of your channel. There's no limitation to how much money you can earn at DuePoint. Think about that. No limitation. No limitation. Some people look at me and go, oh, that's impossible. Right? What's more possible? You connecting every single person on the planet, or you just making a lot of money? You're not going to connect every single person, but you can make a lot of money at DuePoint. There are 50 million people in South Africa, right? And so we show up to the 8th point, but it goes well beyond that. We've got wealth engineers who have got to point 30 in their businesses in the space of 2 years, right? So the accountability falls upon your shoulders. How quickly do you want to build this business? If you want to build it faster, bring in more people on your first point. As simple as that. But people still want to understand, well, how much activity is required to get to a certain amount of return every single month, right? That's always the question. You're wondering that right now. You're wondering, well, how much money can I make exactly? Because you can't quite figure out, well, 55 Rand a month, how long is it going to take to get to 5,000 Rand a month or 10,000 Rand a month? So what we did was, upon launch, we built this projection over the next 5 years. We call it the Path to Success. Lovely name. Someone in marketing must have come up with that. And it is based on a premise of activity. That premise is that you can connect only 2 people a month. Right, so it's very moderate activity. If you can connect 2 people onto your first point every single month, by month 6 you should be earning about 2,500 Rand a month. Now always at this point, I look around the room and I look at expressions. The wealth engineers have a flat pan face because I've seen the presentation 1,000 times, but the guests among you, no expression either. And I wonder, well, are they disappointed? And then I think back the last 3 years, no one's ever walked out at this point. So maybe they're still interested in the 2,500 Rand. But I remember my own experience because the accountants, the actuaries came up with a projection. And then because I was in charge of marketing, I had to look at it and present it and make it pretty. And I said to them, 2,500 Rand is not a lot of money. Can't we make the premise 4 people a month and make it 5,000 after 6 months? And they said, no, they don't want to do any more work on it, just make it work. And then what I realized in myself is that I look at 2,500 Rand and I make the mistake everyone else does. We think like consumers. And I can prove that we think like consumers. So if you look under your chair, I've hidden 2,500 Rand under everybody's chair this evening. It's your lucky presentation. A few of you are... And if I had put the 2,500 Rand under your chairs and you put it into your wallet or into your pocket or into your handbag, it's Tuesday evening, it's nearly 7 o'clock in the evening, Tuesday night, how long will that 2,500 Rand in cash last? Realistically, think about it. Just quickly, how long do you think that money will last? You've had money in your wallet and your handbag many times in the past. You can accurately imagine how long money lasts in your wallet. It doesn't last long, right? And that's because we all think like consumers. If you start generating an extra 2,500 Rand, automatically we want to spend it. We give it spending value. We understand monetary value in terms of a consumer-based paradigm. How many of us have thought, 2,500 Rand, I can pay my debt off faster. I can invest it. Not many people think like that, right? We are trying to change our circumstance, and to change my circumstance tomorrow, I need to pay or buy something tomorrow. Right? But here at DuePoint, we are trying to create wealthy individuals. And we understand the first stepping stone to wealth creation is getting rid of your debt as quickly as possible. And in this example, so we've got a lovely example of a 1 million Rand bond. Someone's found a property. They bonded it. It's going to cost you, your installment on a 20-year bond at Prime Plus 2 is going to be about 11,500 Rand a month for 20 years before you own a 1 million Rand property. Right? You won't see the deed papers until you make that last installment, and then the bank will send it to you. And that's the first time you become a property owner. But you join DuePoint when you start that bond, and you decide to take the 2,500 Rand, that little 2,500 Rand, and put it into your bond. The net result of that is that you can actually pay that house off in nearly half the time. All you're doing is putting 20% extra into your bond, but it's reducing your bond by nearly 50%. That's the problem with compound interest. The problem with compound interest is if you're on the wrong side of it, it's costing you. Get to the correct side of compound interest. This is what this business is about, becoming debt-free, right? Let compound work in your favor. By month 12, you're earning nearly 9,000 Rand a month. We'll go through this fairly quickly. By year 2, and this is exponential growth, along with all the negative factors in our business. So not everyone that you put in your business is going to build. Not everyone will even pay for their product in your business. Nonetheless, we still get to these numbers. 30,000 Rand or close to 30,000 Rand after 2 years. After 3 years, you're close to 50,000 Rand. After 4 years, you'll be close to about 70,000 Rand. In 5 years, you should be close to about 85,000 Rand a month, which is about a 1 million Rand in recurring income annually. Who would like a 1 million Rand bonus once a year? Can only fantasize about that, right? Fantasize about that. Is it possible? You might not take me seriously because this is theoretical. Chartered accountants came up with this, right? And that's why it's so important for us to constantly bring up real people doing the business. Because the proof is in the pudding, isn't it? Right? It's like the reviews. My wife's gone to London and I thought, oh, she's in London, I must buy stuff online to get her to bring back for me. And then you go onto eBay or Amazon and you have to look at the reviews, right? Because you can't just believe what you see on the page with whatever the marketing person's claiming the product does. So you go through the reviews and they'll tell you, oh no, this product fell apart after 1 week of use. That's the point of reviews, right? The more reviews, you go, okay, let me see the reviews. And you see, average 4.5 stars out of 5. Okay, that's a safe buy. Our wealth engineers that come up onto stage are our reviews of DuePoint. So our first individual, it's his second time up. In a very short space of time, Paul Ferreira has been hitting it hard every single month. Paul, come up. Oh, I've even forgotten to take the microphone out. Don't worry, we got it, yeah? There you go, sir. So let's take a quick look at Paul's numbers. There you can see he joined 10 months ago, so he's very fresh in the business. Channel value is sitting at just over 3,000 a month. He's got 132 people in his channel. His channel in terms of size is 5 points in size, and he's got 34 active first pointers on his first point. Right? So you can see the personal work that he's put in is his first pointers, and those 34 people have helped him build a channel of 132 people, which is now affording him just over 3,000 Rand in returns. All right, Paul. So Paul's from the property industry. He knows all about, shall we say, sales and prospecting. Why did you join the business 10 months ago?
Well, good evening all. Rob, everyone knows why I joined the business, because I was intrigued by the possibilities. More money, more business, more opportunities. I am a go-getter. I'm in the real estate business. My downfall is that I'm unemployed until I sell my next property. I enjoy what I do, but it doesn't provide me with a passive income. Working hard for something that we don't care about is called stress. Working hard for something that we love is called passion. And that's why I joined DuePoint.
Okay. So it sounds like you're eternally optimistic, or at least you were when you joined the business. What have the actual last 10 months been like? Because now you're dealing with other people, right? Maybe they're not all as optimistic as you are. So what's the last 10 months been like at DuePoint?
Guys, have you seen how many grey hairs I have? I'm the next Richard Gere lookalike. Well, look, it's been, laugh out loud, seriously. It's been tough and rough, but it is a road worth traveling. I never give up. If I get 200 no's, I will get 2 yeses, and those 2 yeses will make me strive for more. It's like a crying baby. Feed him and he will be happy.
Simple as that.
So DuePoint is a growing business that is worth nurturing. Nurturing. A baby crawls and walks and goes through milestones. And that's the way I see DuePoint, okay, from beginning until end. From no experience to building your own personal empire. DuePoint is a unique business. They invest in us. Okay. DuePoint delivers on its promises. Guys, I always say, 1 year of hardcore focus and alignment in the 365 challenge can set you 5 years ahead in your life. Never underestimate the power of consistency and desire.
Yeah, we've always said that. The slight edge rule, just a little bit consistently can take you pretty much anywhere you want to get to. Okay, so you've said it was, what did you say, hard and
tough.
hard and
Tough and
tough.
rough.
So my question then is, well, then where do you think this business is going to get you, or what motivates you to keep pushing? Because I don't think you've quit, right? You're still in it.
No,
still
definitely
in
one
it.
quit.
Still optimistic. Okay,
This is
so
the
what
business
keeps you
to
going?
be in. There is nothing out in South Africa that can provide what DuePoint can provide. Okay. My aim, my expectations in the business, I want to take my wife and kids to Mauritius when I reach rank 9. I am expecting to override this tough economy and excel and move forward. I'm also expecting to be supported and guided. Okay. Believing in yourself is crucial. Okay. There's 3 C's. You get the choice, the chance, and the change. You must make the choice to take the change if you want anything in life to change. Sorry, to take the chance if you want anything in life to change. Okay. So yeah, like I said, I will never give up in DuePoint. Okay, and the results in that I've got is that I don't want to have a nagging wife.
That's good motivation.
I want to have happy kids, and I want to have a wallet full of money. Okay, I'm driven. Sorry.
Go for it.
Okay, I'm driven for commitment, for devotion, and challenge. And so DuePoint also drives me. Okay, I want to succeed, and I want to be. I want to succeed, and I want to be. I want to succeed.
A rich person.
I want to be, well, a rich person. That obviously comes with time. Okay.
Yeah.
And I want to succeed, and that's my way forward. Okay. So, guys, follow me and be someone great, a leader, an example in this business. Okay. And say, I know that guy. His name is Paul.
So now we got you on camera saying you will never quit.
I definitely will.
I like that. You said one of the aspirations is to get to rank 9. Now, how quickly do you want to get to rank 9? Remember, you're on camera now again, huh?
Well,
so to get to rank 9, you need 1,000 products in your qualified channel. You are 13% of your way there.
Well, the numbers will distinguish that. Okay. If I don't make rank 9 at the end of December, DuePoint's going to go to Mauritius next year, December. So I'll make it next year, December. If I don't make it next year, I'll make it the following. But I definitely will. I will satisfy my my wife and kids. I've also got a quote, okay, from Richard Gere, seeing that Richard Gere look-alike. Okay. The reality is we can change. We can change ourselves, we can change our minds, and we can change our hearts. And therefore, the universe changes. Guys, like I mentioned before, the 365 challenge can set you 5 years ahead in your life. Another thing that DuePoint has done for us is they've introduced the Achiever Quest.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys can join today. Within 1 month, you guys can be earning 5,000 Rand, 10,000 Rand, or 15,000 Rand bonus. Which business out there offers you that? Nothing at all. Okay? And that's reality. And I mean, I always have a saying, you know, negative minds will never give you a positive life. Okay? So your input distinguishes your output. Okay? And you have to come out of your comfort zone. Okay? Because you need to be stronger than your excuses. Because your excuses aren't going to get you anywhere. You either do it or you don't do it. If you do it, you're going to succeed. If you don't do it, you're going to be in the same place that you were a year ago. Okay, so yeah, and yeah, guys, like I said, you know, when you introduce someone into the business, I'll always advise them to actually pay their product as soon as possible. Why? Because you will automatically be, you know, it'll be on your live feed first of all, and second of all, that specific person will be covered. Okay, so if you join today and something happens to you. And your debit order goes through, let's say on the 4th of the month, and something, God forbid, but if something happens to you on the 5th, you're at least covered. Okay. And finally, I would like to thank my DuePoint team. Okay, my team. You know who you guys are. And I would also like to thank Brendan, Rob, and the rest of the team for all their support. I have met special people at DuePoint, okay, that have become my mentors and my go-to people, okay. I'm also proud to say that DuePoint has created my second family. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. I look forward to Richard Gere coming on holiday with me. Some sound lessons there, right? We've never said our business is easy, but DuePoint is simple. It's simple, and if you're willing to take on the tough road, I think the results await anyone who just puts their chins down to the grinding wheel. On top of the returns program, so the returns program is what we pay our wealth engineers at the end of every single month, but there's added benefit to the DuePoint system in that we have what we call the XP Rewards program. So the XP Rewards program rewards you with certain things when your channel size gets to certain milestones. So one of the first notable milestones is rank 5. At rank 5, we give you a business toolkit. I come from a background of branding and advertising and marketing. I understand the power of creating a good first impression. The merchandise that we have in this business is not a profit center for us. The merchandise has been designed so that you create a better first impression, a more professional first impression when you go out and do business. And so at rank 5, we will give you a business toolkit valued at 1,200 Rand. At rank 7, we take that a step further. We get luxury business cards manufactured for you in your name. These business cards cost us 17,000 Rand a set because they are gilded in gold. There's actually no ink on these business cards, so they don't get printed, they get manufactured. Why would we spend so much money on business cards? Again, because business relies very much on first impressions. If you go speak to any of the top salespeople in the world, they will tell you that. Treat people with dignity, be professional always. It comes down to the way you dress, your business cards, the way you conduct yourself, right? And business cards play a massive role in that, because when you put a 17,000 Rand business card down on the table, people have never seen one of those before. They will take note. They will listen more intently when you speak about DuePoint. And then another great prospecting tool is at rank 9. So you might think, oh, rank 9 looks like a wonderful holiday. It is much more than that. It's actually more powerful as a prospecting tool, because at rank 9, like Paul was saying, something a lot of wealth engineers aspire to, we take you and your family to our rank 9 international conference. We've been to Mauritius the last 2 times. We're going to Mauritius again. I'm not going to tell you the resort we're going to at the end of this year. We'll reveal that later in the year, much to the frustration of some of our wealth engineers who want to know where they're going. But we take you and your family. It's business class flights. It's a 5-star luxury resort. We spend 7 days there, and it's an all expenses paid trip, and you get to enjoy it every single year for the rest of your life. As long as you maintain rank 9, you'll be shooting past rank 9. You will come on this every single year, to know that you have that in your back pocket. Something to look forward to. Even before the year begins, you get to look forward to this trip. So we've documented the trip. I want you to take a look. I want you, most importantly, to imagine yourselves there with your feet in the warm sand, Richard Gere looking at you. And know that it's available for every single person in this room. So how does that look? I can tell you that the resort we've booked for the end of this year, I think, is better than the first 2 years, if you can believe it or not. And it's your opportunity to experience what it feels to literally be a millionaire. Because this holiday, if we were to take it on and you can go Google this yourself or go check the rates, go to a Mauritius 5-star resort and go see what it costs your family to stay there for a week over peak time of the year. Right, this costs us about 30,000 Rand per room per night. And you get to experience that. And it becomes a prospecting tool. So you can go speak to some of the rank 9 wealth engineers. Their inboxes fill up when they start to Facebook, sitting in business class, sitting on the beach at a luxury resort. Because people see the success that you're having in the business you told them about 6 months ago. Right, so it becomes a wonderful prospecting tool. And then at rank 11, we spend R250,000 Rand buying you a brand new car. Most importantly, a car that you get to park in your garage that has no installment at the end of the month. Who loves a car installment? No one, right? That's the biggest grudge purchase in your life. You've got to love that car so much to pay that installment every single month. You get a car with no installment, and you get to choose any single car you want. Someone asked me, can I buy a motorbike? Find a motorbike for R250,000 Rand, we'll buy the motorbike for you, no problem. Right? It doesn't matter to us. But we're hoping that through this process that you are moving closer to becoming debt-free, that you're moving closer to what true wealth represents. And it's not about earning more and spending more. It's about having assets that produce income for you. Allow DuePoint to create that leverage for you, not just create more spending money for you. And so this is what the rewards program looks like. On top of the returns program, we're at rank 11. Our rewards program goes up to rank 28. I'm sure the other wealth engineers are wondering what on earth we do in the other ranks. We've only revealed up to rank 14. So at rank 14, on top of the Mauritius trip that you enjoy every year, we will add a Mediterranean cruise to your year. So then you'll be going overseas twice a year by rank 14. Right? And we had wealth engineers get to rank 9 in 5 months. To rank 11 in under 24 months. You get to dictate how quickly you want to move through this process, through the system. You get to decide. It's your decision, not our decision. The system is identical for every single person. Then we've got a wonderful individual in Donovan Landon. He's our next wealth engineer that we're featuring. He is from Port Elizabeth, as you can see there. So he's not with us this evening, but he was kind enough to give us some of his time when we went down to the Port Elizabeth Roadshow encounter this weekend. I shot some footage of him, and he's a one-take man. He only needed one take to do his video, right? No preparation, nothing, just off the cuff, and he just told us how it is. So we're going to hear from Donovan Landon shortly. You can see he's been in the business for just over 2 years. He's rank 5 already. His current returns are sitting at over 11,000 Rand per month. He's got 20 active first pointers on his first point. And those 20 individuals have helped him build a channel of over 400 people in his channel. He's got 10 points in his business. And he says he's only going to start getting warmed up now. So he's a fairly busy individual, but he's been doing this consistently for the last 2 years. Let's hear what Donovan has to say.
Good evening, everybody. Just want to say I'm Donovan Landon. I'm from Port Elizabeth. We've just come from a nice conference that just happened for our group here for DuePoint. I must say the support from the company side and the energy that comes from the company side can only excite me even more. And I can see the future of this company growing tremendously. I mean, just with the little group that I'm starting to work with at the moment, there's a lot of trust and a lot of excitement. And, I know when we all start, we first don't understand it. We start looking at the digital side and the software program, and we get a bit scared of it, I think. But as we start to understand it, it becomes easier and easier. And the more you do it, and the more you invite people, the more you go show the video. The simplest thing is just to look at the events, the presentations that the company have for you. And I really started with a bang when I got going. And then it's so easy to get diverse, to jump. When you're trying to chase money, you never make money. And we start putting in money into different excursions where you're diverting yourself from something that can really work if you just work it. And a few months ago, I remember telling Rob that I've now decided to start putting my head into it. And I can just notice over this 4 or 5 months an increase in my income every single month. And I just realized that if everybody wants to make money, then we've got a product to share with them. So you'll never run out of business. So I just want to share with everybody out there tonight is that, yes, you've got to have a goal. Yes, you've got to have a dream. Yes, we've got to say, I want to get out of debt. I want to pay off my bond. I want a new car. We understand that. That's the dream. But a vehicle, you need a vehicle to get you there. And I want to say something. I've been involved with networking from a young boy. 33 years ago is the last time I worked for a boss. I was 22 years old, 1988. And I decided one day, that's it. I just worked out my salary of the next between 20 and 60 was only 480 paychecks. I realized I've got to get out. I'd rather make profits than on a salary. And as I got going with looking at different ventures over the years, I was involved with a lot of ventures. It is the most sophisticated program I've ever seen. And I did go to the Direct Selling Association Federation party in 2010, which was then 100 years old. So it's 117 years old, the DSA. You can even find DuePoint on the Direct Selling Association as a member, like with Amway, Herbalife, Tupperware, all those companies. And I looked and met the owners of all these thousands of companies. There's nothing as simple as DuePoint. Absolutely nothing. So if you don't understand it, get to the person who introduced you. If they can't help you, get to the person who introduced them. But find someone who can just explain it properly. And once you've got the knowledge to do it, it's a piece of cake. So I'm hoping that I can attract more and more people like myself. They've got a belief and got goals. And I honestly believe my goal is definitely, I'm not going to say this December, I want to make it the following year, December, to go to Mauritius. And I want to get to my 1,000 immediately. And we're pushing hard. There's a lot of people out there that do need this opportunity. A lot of people part-time, I know people who know 30, 40, 50K a month, but all they need is 2,000, 3,000 extra a month. Some people are digging into their savings just to survive at the moment. And we've got the opportunity, and DuePoint is definitely the key to success in this country. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Don. So, we're very interested to see what Donovan does in the next few months. He's, as he said, again on camera, he said he's putting his head down and he's going to start focusing on this. But isn't that wonderful? When I hear him say, I started focusing a little bit more on the business and my income went up every month. When does that happen in employment? If you decide for May you're going to work a little bit harder at your day job, is your boss suddenly going to give you an increased paycheck at the end of May? Never. You're lucky if you get 3% once a year, right? And so this is the beauty of this business, is that you get to take control over your income for the first time in your life, where your effort actually reaps the results, right? So for me, and also one of the things that touched on me was his opening statement was his team are very excited and they are trusting the business. That you'll find when you go speak to people, that is your biggest hurdle. I don't know if it's whether people have just been burnt in the past by different business opportunities, but people are very skeptical. It is the first thing that comes out of people's mouths. Can I trust this business? Can I trust this business? Even on the online chat I was looking at while the video was coming up, one of the ladies was asking there, can I trust this business? Right? That's the question, always on our lips. And so my job always in our business is we are always trying to get people to see us as a credible business. One of our biggest aspirations at DuePoint is to create long-term relationships, not short-term relationships. This business, whether you're in it or not, will be here for the next 50 years. And my aspiration is to see how many people I can take with me for as long as possible. 50 years down the line. Imagine what this business looks like 50 years down the line. We've got individuals achieving so much in the space of 36 months. Where will we be after 50 years? That's how I think. Anyway, thank you, Donovan. Our business, though, is actually built on the backbone of the products that we've innovated for the South African market. So I've been telling you about all the benefit that you get. It doesn't end with our products. Our products have been designed also with wealth in mind, but from a different angle, to protect your wealth. If we spend so much time and we sacrifice so much time in trying to build value, assets, wealth, well, then certainly we must make sure that we protect those assets. If not for ourselves, at least for our family's sake, right? And so our first product is Access Wealth. Access Wealth is an investment and an insurance product rolled into one. It's going to cost you only 324 Rand a month. 100 Rand gets invested into a tax-free investment fund in your name. You get full access to that fund whenever you want to withdraw it. The insurance aspect is 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident death cover. And so we will pay out that 120,000 Rand regardless of your health status. We don't do blood tests when you have the accident. If you're killed in any form of accident, we pay immediately to your beneficiaries, and we make our products as accessible as possible. Our second product is Wealth Guard. Wealth Guard is only 249 Rand. It is an insurance product only. It gives you 1 million Rands worth of personal accident death cover. And as I said, in trying to make our products accessible to everybody without discrimination, are we not profiled from a risk point of view when we look at insurance products? They say, how old are you? You diabetic? You got a heart condition? The nurse is going to come visit you. Don't go to the toilet. She's going to need a urine sample. Right? And so underwriters will profile your risk. At DuePoint, we don't do that. As long as you're over the ages of 18, for our first two products, it doesn't matter what age you are. It doesn't matter what your health status is. The premium remains the same for everybody. The product becomes equally accessible for every South African. Our third product is Family Wealth, arguably probably the best funeral cover product available in South Africa today. It starts at 299 Rand a month. It gives you 20,000 Rands worth of funeral cover. It covers you and 5 additional family members. As the principal member, we also give you 10,000 Rands worth of debt protection. So if you pass away, we'll cover any debt that you might have up to the value of 10,000 Rand. And then you can increase this cover to 30,000 Rand as well as up to 10 family members. You have to get in on this product before the age of 70, so the premium is the same between the ages of 18 and 69, and then when you're in the product, it becomes a whole of life product. So if you get in at 69, you can live to 100 and you will still be covered with this product. Many products will cancel your cover when you get to a certain age. They say, oh, you're not going to make it, we're going to cancel you before you claim, right? But this, that's exactly how it works. But this product is what we call a whole of life product. All right, and there you can see no pre-existing conditions excluded. We cover everybody. And again, wonderful accessibility in Family Wealth. Then we have Wealth Points. Wealth Points aims to lower your monthly expenditure. We all have monthly costs. If we have aspirations to get you to a status of being debt-free, well, this product will help you because it'll help you spend less every single month. We've gone and partnered with a number of businesses that cover that broad spectrum of typically what our cost of living looks like. So for 299 Rand a month, you get to engage with these partners who offer us services and discounts. So it varies with every partner. But here you have the wonderful ability to be able to engage in all of those partners, get immediate benefit out of this product, and hopefully spend less and get to debt-free status faster. So those are 4 products. They're straightforward, they're accessible to everybody, they're the same price to everybody, and they are designed with wealth in mind, always. Always wealth in mind. That is what our business is about. So you can go onto our website for more information. Onto some of our incentives. So this is very important for you to understand, especially as a brand new wealth engineer. Our Achiever Quest challenges you to work faster. To work faster. Like I said, if you have it in you to do harder work, you will reap the results. Right? Antithesis of employment. And so if you're able to connect 10 wealth engineers in any single month and they pay in the same month that they joined, so there you can see, if you do 10 wealth engineers on your first point, we will give you an extra 5,000 Rand on top of your monthly return. If you take that further and connect 20 people in the same month that pay, we will give you 10,000 Rand. And if you do 30 new wealth engineers in a single month who pay in the same month, we will give you an extra 15,000 Rand on top of your monthly return. And this quest resets every single month. You can do this every single month for the next year and earn yourself 180,000 Rand on top of your returns that you generate for yourself. All right, so that's what we call typically our short-term incentive. It's a month of hard work. So if you're a brand new wealth engineer, and I know you're sitting there wanting to know about the easy money, I always ask people, who wants to be part of a get-rich-quick scheme? And no one wants to put their hand up. And they say, okay, who wants to be part of the get-rich-slow scheme? And no one puts their hand up either. Of course you want to be part of the get-rich-quick scheme, right? Maybe lose the scheme. Get-rich-quick entrepreneurial adventure. There it is. We've designed this starting from this month. So this is a brand new quest available for everybody, hopefully going to motivate you if you need that money. If you have necessity to make it, it is there waiting for you. Our long-term incentive is called our 365 Challenge, which Paul touched on, and we're going to have Patrick and Pumi coming up shortly who are going to expand on their strategy around the challenge. So the challenge is, over the next 365 days from when you become a wealth engineer, if you can connect 365 people to your first point, that's on average 1 a day, not 2 a month. 2 a month for the slow people sitting on the couch. 365 in 365 days. On average, 1 person a day. If you do that, you will get to, so if we extrapolate that into 12 months, you will probably be sitting at about rank 13, rank 14. You'll be earning about 50,000 Rand a month by this time next year. You will have the business, the business pack. You will have the 17,000 Rand business cards. We'll have taken your family on holiday over December. You might have the Mediterranean cruise. You'll have the car in your garage, the 50,000 Rand a month. If you average the 30 people a month, you'll have the extra 15,000 Rand a month on top of your returns. And then if you do it in the time frame and you conquer the challenge, we'll give you an extra 365,000 Rand cash. So now, what does your year look like? If it was me, I would have kicked gym out the door. I would have kicked cycling out the door. Even the kids, they tell the kids, listen here, you get half time with daddy from now on. Dad's out and working. I'm connecting 1 person a day. Why? Because I'm going to make our family millionaires in 1 year. In 12 months, that's a possibility. And what is it going to cost you? 249 Rand a month. Tell me any entrepreneurial opportunity that exists anywhere in the world that you can take advantage of today that promises to give you that. Show it to me. I want to see it. I don't believe it exists. I want to see people doing this every single day. Not for my benefit. My benefit is the profit I make off 249 Rand. Your benefit is massive, right? But I know that not everyone will do this. Yet everyone is capable of doing it. That's the beauty of this business. It's accessible to everybody, yet you have to decide whether you're going to do this or not. All right, so with that, I've got Patrick and Pumi coming up. We've got some track record for them, just to build them up so you know who this power couple are. They joined us in the first week we launched the business, so they've been around for just over 3 years. A couple of highlights from our awards evening earlier this year. They got the most awards on the evening at our Converge evening, most XP earned, so they earned more experience points than any other wealth engineer in the business. They have the most wealth quests conquered, so every single month that wealth quest that was available, they conquered more than anyone else in 2018. They found more first pointers, so they connected more first pointers than any other person at DuePoint, and they have been the most consistent couple in the business over 2018. And so they are a couple with profound experience and success in this business, and they're going to come up and just share some of the strategy that they've adopted for the 365 Challenge, and maybe that'll resonate with some of you. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to give the stage to you.
Okay, good evening, everyone. I'm just going to give it to Patrick first, because I talk a lot. So I decided today that he's going to talk, because he's the most strategic one on the 365.
Good evening, everyone who's watching in the live streaming, and guys who are here in the inside in the head office in the presentation. Oh, okay. 365, okay. Guys, I just want to know something. Who's going to be here on stage with that 365 check holding like this in the front on stage? Because I know it's everyone. So let's just do things serious. Because I don't believe in saying me, put my what, and it doesn't happen. Okay. So today, people are always asking us, guys, how are you doing this 365? Some they inbox us on the side, they say, please guys, just tell us. So today is your chance to know how are we doing it. Okay. Okay. First, I just got something. It's not a beer. I just got this. Okay. Since we started 365, okay, 365, we're behind, right? We're behind. Why we're behind? First time when they're telling us about this 365, we never take it serious, okay? Because we are saying there's no one can sign 365 people in 12 months. We were saying that. Then we were starting to relax. When we start to see Freaky and Lynette, they right here. I don't want to say they're old, because they're not old. they're sitting here in front of me. They're old. They're old, but they're old and experienced with this 365. If they can do it, so why not me? Okay, guys, why not me? Then my other mistake, what I was doing, why I didn't do the three, why is this still half like this? Can you just say? Do you know what is here? You, as you're watching, you are here. You are inside here. Those I sign direct, they are here. But this is short. I feel like I can cry when I look at this. Okay, guys? And it's not only this one, I got another one. Okay. You see these ones? Show them this one for me. Just put the cup down. Can you see these ones? These ones are small. Look at these ones. Are they small? Do you know who's this? It's the person that I sign that is doing 365. Right now, this person is eight of them. Anyway, they're not here inside the presentation today. There's two of them. They're here, right? Most of them, it's you. You are here. You know where I got these stones from? You remember Tanimi and you in Mauritius? We were sleeping in the water. As we were sleeping, you would think I was talking. I was collecting the stones and I put them in my pocket to give my special people. I'm not going to give them now. I'll give them in Mauritius and they are here. Okay? Okay. Oh, now you want to know how I'm doing it. Another thing, guys, I should be over 150. My stone should be more than 150. Okay? But they are less. Why? I love people too much. I was focusing on people. I was thinking for people to say they can do it. In the meantime, in their mind, they say Patrick is wasting his time. He's wasting his time. I even told my other team, I say, guys, I'm not going to focus on you. I'm going to focus to myself. Since I started to focus on myself, that's why I got this stones. Right. I'm doing for myself now. I'm not phoning people to say, come, let's go do 365. I'm doing 365 for myself. I wake up in the morning, dress up right, take my business card. I always got my business card with me to go look for prospect. Right. Sometimes what we do in the morning, we go, like Sundays, we go to church. We come back from church, like 2 o'clock, we go out. Like last time we went to Kagiso. What I saw there, as you see here, is less than 150. But my most stones, I'm gonna get it in Deep Kloof at the mall. I already got in the stones here. There's two from Deep Kloof. Here, they here already. I'm done. And in Kagiso, there is 2 again. They here inside. Maybe they can end up be a big stones, but now they are small stones. Why? They didn't do anything. Okay. First, they are my small stones. Right. As we're driving, going to do the presentation for my small stone. Okay, in Kagiso, I was driving. Then as I cross, what's this place called? There's a hospital, something there. There's a cross like there's like crossroad. Then I parked the car on the side. Pumish didn't understand why I'm parking the car. I say, come drive. She didn't know why. I say, just come and drive. Because what I saw lot of stones. Lot of my 365. It's there. Then she came on the side, she was driving, and I was looking. I said, don't drive fast, drive slowly. I saw houses this side, I was looking this side, she's going. I saw my 365. If you want to get this 365, let me tell you something. This 365, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to push you to do it. If you want to do it, follow me. Right? If you want to do it. I'm not going to motivate anyone to get this 365. I'm going to motivate myself. Okay? So I'm going to do it. Even these other numbers are short, but I'm going to make sure I'm going to double those numbers because this must be full before December. Because before I go to Mauritius, I want my 365. Plus, on top, I want my 1.2 million rewards this year, not next year. I'm so sorry, Danny. Maybe you're going by yourself to Mauritius. I'm ranked 12. If I do the 365, I feel sorry for Rob and Brandon because looks like they're going to give me another car plus the cruise.
Hi guys, what can we say? 365. 365, it's an individual target. It's there for everyone. Everyone can achieve it. It's just that you have to set it in your mind. You have to decide to go for it. Because for us, we had to decide to go for it. Because we look at the rewards and the returns that are included in the 365 challenge. We are also resistant with it, and we felt that it's very difficult how we're gonna do it. I remember, because it was announced before we went to Mauritius, we really didn't enjoy our Mauritius this time, because every time we went to swim or in the sea, we were like, okay, let's pick up this pebbles for us to count and towards our 365. Why I'm saying that, why we mentioned the jar and the stones and everything, is because you cannot achieve it if you don't have a goal. You need to set a goal, you need to decide to go for it, and above all, it's not gonna be easy. We thought it's gonna be easy. We went for it after we came back from Mauritius, and you know what, there's also a lot of disappointment that we encountered, but at the end of the day is we've got this big picture that we have on our bedroom of this 365. Even our son was asking, he wanted to take the stones. We said, no, don't touch it. Because that is our stones. We're counting towards our 365, you know. So it's all about having a vision towards it. It's all about an action. As Patrick was saying, that when we were driving to Kagiso, we saw a lot of 55 rands. We saw a lot of people there. I was even shocked. Why people in Soweto, they're actually sitting on a gold mine, because we went out there and we were like, what? And there's so much people there. There's so much cars parked outside, you know. That is those people that, you know what, they will build towards your 365. But it's that in your mind. When you go out there, do you see an individual as, oh, I'm so scared to speak to that person? Or do you see an individual that can help you to go to this 365 and achieve it? For me, each individual that I see there, believe me, I'm really scared of approaching people. But because of the challenge, and I told Patrick that I want to go to Mediterranean cruise. So I have to get out of my comfort zone. I have to, each and every time, he's like lately, he's very proud of me because I come home and said, you know what, I've got 5 numbers. You know, he said, you? I said, yes. You know, because I have to do it without him. Normally, he's the one that is like, go for this one, go for this one. I'm like, no, I'm scared. You know, things like that. But now, I'm like, okay, we in together to achieve this 365. It's about the team together for us to do it. So why, even if I go out there alone, I see 55 rands. Those are the 55 rands that took me to Mauritius from 2016. Those individuals out there are the ones that make us to get the car, the paid off car. You know, so guys, it's all about the mindset. It's all about that you decide to do this 365. Above all, we have a great system. In fact, DuePoint is even helping us to achieve this 365. You know why? Because if you look at it on the monthly quest, it says the first it says if you sign 10 people, you get 5,000 rand, right? 10 people, right? And the 10 people, they give you 5,000 rand, they give you 550 rand every month. You're only paying 299 rand. You already have 10 people that you have begged towards your 365. And you're like, okay, the 10 people, you can do it in 2 weeks, you know. If you want to go for 30 people, which you get 15,000 rand, say 15,000 times 12, how much is that is going to give it to you? And that is besides what you're going to be earning every month, right? And you've already have 30 people in a month, same 30 people that give you 15,000 bonus, same 15 people that give you a monthly income of 55 rand times 15. So DuePoint has given us the tools to go towards this 365. So don't look at it as a big picture. You can cut it then. Do you want the 5,000? Do you want a 10,000? Or do you want a 15,000 rand? Then those small incentives, they helping you to build toward this 365. Yeah, we're done.
Okay, guys. So if you are serious with this 365, every day before you go to sleep, there is a 365 in your app. Okay? Make sure you look at that number. It must grow. Okay? Don't worry, even you can join today. Doesn't matter. 365, the day you hit 365, even can be next year. Still, you are going to get 365. You can still make the 365. Okay? So it's like that. But you must always look at your app. Always look at your app to say this thing is doable. Thank you, guys.
Okay, lastly, okay, I just want to say a big shout out to Peter Marisbeck team. I know that they are watching at us. Well done, Togozo. I know that you are one of the big stones there. And I just want to say well done, Nonjabulo in Fryhead. Wow, I'm so impressed. I'm very proud of you. And also Pili in Harding. We also have Mam Tandy Bosman in Kimberley. I actually signed this lady in Facebook, guys, and she's moving. She's moving amazingly, guys. So why I'm mentioning them, because I know all of them, they're watching on the live stream and they are out of Gauteng. So it shows that DuePoint, you don't have to build it in Gauteng. You can do it anywhere, guys. As long as you're connecting, as long as you're using the DuePoint tools, as long as you are plugged into the DuePoint system. The 8 stones that are here that are big, why them is because they are plugged into the system. And because they are plugged into the system, they are producing amazing results. So guys, use the tools. The tools are there to help you. We are done, seriously now. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. As I said at the beginning of the presentation, Lynette and Fricky, I think you've served as motivation for a lot of wealth engineers, because when we announced the 365 challenge, everyone thought, it's impossible. And then the couple from Thunderbale Park started doing it and doing it and doing it. They signed up 7 people on Friday. And so they're serving as motivation for everyone else, going, okay, if they can do it, we can do it too, right? Awesome. All right, guys, I'm not going to hold you too much longer. The decision for me always is a practical, intentional decision. It is not what we want. That is fantasy. That's what you desire. This is what we think about all the time. The decision that I ask people to come to at the end of the presentation is, do you think you can trust this business? Is this business a company that you can partner with proudly? Yes. Right? Because you have to get over that skepticism. You have to become a proponent of DuePoint. You have to have belief in this business. And then how are you going to fit this business into your life? Just joining doesn't mean you're going to be successful. You have to do this business. Patrick sees little people on feet, little 55 rands walking around all over the place, right? You have to start seeing that world of potential around you. And so how do you fit this company into your life from tomorrow and perhaps every single day? That is the decision we have to make. And so my wish every time I have the privilege of addressing guests is that I invite you to create prosperity for yourselves this year, where your work turns into results, where if you want to work harder, you can benefit even more, where you have so much on the table here at DuePoint for you to come grab. That is your decision you get to make every single morning. That is what liberty is all about, is about creating for yourself. And that is what I invite you to do. If you have any questions, speak to the person that hosted you. Otherwise, I wish everyone a prosperity-filled 2019. Make it happen for yourselves. Good luck. Thank you.